John is head of UX at Xworks. He has worked with both enterprise and startup clients. He has extensive experience in UX strategy and design, and he is also responsible for developing Xworks UX training solutions. John's talk is called Strategies for UX Adoption in Enterprise. So everyone please welcome John.
Okay, so this is dealing with organizational politics, and this is one of 5 strategies for dealing with UX adoption in the enterprise. And the key here is about the problem individuals that you have to come across when you start a project, and we're going to try and identify a few of them here. So this is the first guy, this is the knocker, and the knocker is a negative or a conservative stakeholder who rejects one idea after another, and they don't like change, and everything you do is wrong. So how do we deal with them? Well, what we try to do is work on some small problem with a key decision maker and solve that problem together. And the thing about it is, once they see, your role in the whole project, they then get on board. The caveman. The caveman is, terrified of doing something wrong, or even worse, taking responsibility for it. And he, retreats into his office, aka the cave, and he avoids meetings and so forth. So, as much as possible, don't let the caveman exclude themselves. Enable that feedback loop. Give them the opportunity to, contact them, ask for their advice. Next up is the Torpedo. So he's the hidden executive, and he's an unforeseen shareholder who can come along at very high speed and blow a project completely out of the water. So what's our strategy? Well, ask for the company's organizational chart, and with the help of a product owner, identify all the key stakeholders and their potential impact on the project. Next up is our hero designer. Now, usually called in by desperate clients, the hero designer drops in out of the blue, comes up with some amazing graphics, and then flies off into the sunset. So what do we do? Well, instead, agree at the very start that hero-based design is far less effective than rapid experimentation and measurement, about learning quickly how well or not our ideas meet our goals. Next one, our hero manager. Now, this is the boss who thinks he should solve all the problems because he's the boss. And he's an authoritarian, and he doesn't like people not agreeing with him. So what do we do? Well, we try and very patiently sit down with the hero manager, and we explain to them that user-centered design is more effective because it's not about the best ideas, but the right ideas, and that's what we're trying to do. Make sure we're meeting our company goals. The individualist is a manager who lives in his silo, and he will not move forward until he's given a set of requirements. Silo boy. So how do we deal with silo boy? Well, we get people out of their silos and start facilitating collaboration across teams. And we do this at the very start. And key to the success of this is having good collaboration tools. Ta-da. The makeup artist. The makeup artist is a senior manager he's got an ugly product and he just wants you to make it look prettier. Or he just wants you to sparkle your magic dust on it. So what do? Well, we try and communicate the need to evaluate the product with users to address the underlying problems. At least at the minimum, do a heuristic evaluation, and try and communicate the idea that we're working on facts. The unicorn hunter, he's the kind of guy who's looking for the next big thing, the product that solves all the problems. And he just wants results. He doesn't care about how to get there. So what we need to do is we basically need to communicate with him about the process, about the fact of user testing and research is how we measure and evaluate success. And to clarify that the unicorn can only be delivered with an effective UX process. The doorman, he's the guy who just doesn't want you talking to the users. Sure, everyone's a user. And he's the kind of guy we have to try and get around. So what do? Well, our strategy here is we have to try and communicate the value of user access. And the way we do it is we use something like an example of a metric. And we say, okay, 2 hours a month of user access, and that could equate to a 3-minute task being a 1-minute task. And that's 300% increase in so far. And in conclusion, identify problem individuals early. Because we want to make sure that we're building better product, not putting more lipstick on a pig. Thank you.